That's fire.
Let's go. Yo. I'm Pim Franklin, and this is Trust Your Hustle, a deep dive. And I have the privilege of being with my family this evening. Dre, YS, Young Steff is in the building.
Yo.
I got Floss. Where's my sound effects and stuff?
We need the bombs right now. We need straight bombs right now.
I got Floss the Boss in the building.
What up? Chat, put the bombs in there with the name. Just with the bombs.
Okir Imaging is behind the lens. I got Banks Facts 101. My brother Chris Banks. Y'all don't even know a major detrimental part of this even happening. Definitely gets accredited to my brother Banks Facts, so definitely shout out him.
Banks, what it do, family?
My brother, yo, he been down with us.
Banks, we outside.
He been down with us, and you know, I appreciate him. Like, he always showed love. I remember when we did the movie premiere, I checked in early on, you know, to make sure everybody was, you know, where they was supposed to be. Yeah. And bro was in there helping me set up tables. And he, like, bought a ticket. Like, he bought a ticket and he helped set up the tables.
Support ain't got no limits. Real support ain't got no limits.
That's love, right?
Yeah, for sure. Real support don't got no limits. We all in.
I got my business partner, Charles Gibson, Mr. Delaware in the building. I got Trey, my other brother, from another in the building. Sakani is in the building. I'm telling you, I told you about his art, and I'm gonna keep telling you about his art. My brother Sakani's music, tap in. In fact, we're gonna play something from him, you know, because you know that's how we do it. You know, we all in here.
Yeah, we in.
Oh yeah.
Hello, hello, hello.
Might seem like, but we heavy.
Shout out to the bartender.
You know, definitely shout out to everybody who made this possible. You know, like I said, this is very monumental. This is history. This is love. This is compassion. This is interest. There's going to be plenty to clip up from here. You'll see. But it's going to be worth it. And thank y'all for, you know, taking this journey with us.
Mr. Pim Franklin himself, huh?
You know? So, my brother, first off, thank you. You know, for pulling up on us.
You already know, we locked in.
We locked in forever.
Cumberland County, this is for y'all. Listen,
and for all my fans around the world that's been missing me, I've been missing y'all.
All right. So what we got here is, like I said, this is a deep dive, and we're just gonna have a conversation, and just enjoy the ride. Get your, you know, your snacks, whatever you gotta do. Just get comfortable and enjoy this sonic, audio, and visual experience. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to read off the questions. You know, we did do a poll on Twitter.
Yeah. And
some of the people, you know, they've been inquiring because they're fans of your art.
Shout out to everybody that zoomed in. You know what I mean? Trust Your Hustle. You know what I mean? The whole network. What up, chat? Shout out to everybody zoomed in. What's good with y'all? We out here. You feel me? Kid YS, we really out here.
That's it.
I'll let y'all. You know what I'm saying? What's up with y'all?
So
what y'all talking about? What they talking about, Fred?
We're going to dive right into it. All right, so the first question says, Inception, the Apollo performance. Now, if they've been rocking with you from when I've been rocking with you, when you did the Apollo, that was like major for all youth community. Not just the black community, but all community, because McDonald's and Apollo was the two biggest things.
Nah, it is.
What?
Yeah,
back then?
Sure. Like, yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, we're talking about 2000, 2001, so like, you gotta really, you know what I mean, we gotta really take them back to those times, you know what I mean? And McDonald's is still, if you know, one of the biggest brands in the world still to this day. So technically, my first sponsor brand that got behind me was McDonald's.
Oh man,
McDonald's was good. Trust your hustle, McDonald's bars was good. What's up?
So having that experience, I know
Crazy.
you was placed in front of a lot of people and so many people encouraging you. How did that make you feel when they would come to you and try to? They're just their best rendition for the day of encouraging you on your journey.
Man, so you talking about like at that time?
Yeah.
Man, I was just like soaking in everything. I was like just a big kid. Like couldn't wait to get home and play with my toys and my video games, but I still was like enjoying it. All the the new energy that was coming into my life, touching so many different hands every day, and it started right away. It goes from like real chill to like being super duper crazy right away, and I just was enjoying every moment of it. As much as possible, as much as a kid could.
Right.
I would say. What I'm saying? Right. So. Yeah, for sure.
Staying up late.
Yeah, the beginning of the times was fun, man. I wouldn't take away nothing from that time. Like I said, I enjoyed it as much as a young boy could. You feel me? Like, so it was good times, man. Really being able to step in and be a part of the Apollo brand and being able to be sponsored by McDonald's. It was kind of like, it was crazy. But I don't remember getting like, burgers for life or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that would have been cool. Burgers for life would have been cool. A little cheeseburger for life would have worked. Yeah. But still the experience was cool though. We did go on like a mini tour after the Apollo. I went to like 4 or 5 McDonald's and spoke to the youth my age. There's proof of that out there too. If you go on like YouTube, the story of young Steff, it has like a clip or two of me being at one of the McDonald's and speaking to the youth. So that was cool though. It was really cool, man. For real. For sure.
So from there, we elevate. Like when you think you can't even get no bigger than McDonald's and like Apollo at that time, then you get a opportunity to work with The Rock, like the original Rock.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
I almost brought my chain down here. I almost brought my rock piece with me, but I was like, I ain't want to do too much. Yeah, we got one of those again too. Yeah, we back. Yeah, but no flex. I'm with the family, so but like, yeah, I almost brought it inside just for one of those questions popped up. I almost did. I just brought the YS piece out tonight. We sturdy. We real sturdy tonight. We light work tonight, but we sturdy.
Shout out YS Apparel.
You know what I'm saying?
Go get that.
And shout out to Trust Your Hustle Apparel. Go get that. But yeah, man. Like.
So okay, so all right. So when you're with these, iconic figures who, just demonstrated a level of art, regardless of anything. They demonstrated a level of art that had our attention, and you laying the foundation. Just to be technical, you were the first child star on ROCAFELLA.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
Yeah, that's it is with a bomb, chat. Rock out with it, chat. Shout out to the folks that's in the studio with us as well, man. Hit us with a bomb, chat. Real live talk, man. We talking 2K, man. 2K babies, for real. The beginning of the new millennium. This is when everybody thought the world was about to blow up in 2000. Everybody was in the basement somewhere. Keep it real, chat. Everybody was in the basement somewhere praying or partying. Like, if tonight's the night, it's 2000, gonna be done up.
They said planes was gonna fall out.
Yeah, we in 2026 now, so yeah. You know how that night go. If y'all was outside, you know how that night went.
But I know that had to be just jam-packed with learning experiences and just, avenues of learning etiquette.
Bro, I tell you what's crazy about my ROCAFELLA experience. Like, it's that whole nutshell. Like, I didn't know who Jay-Z was the whole first year I was with him. My OGs knew who he was. Yeah. They knew how powerful he was. I didn't know who he was. After being in his house, performing for him personally in his crib, he taking us to the long story short, also I don't know any other ROCAFELLA artist that could tell you that they went to his house and performed for him. I was at his crib in Teaneck, New Jersey, but that's back in the day when he had the whole top 2 floors of this apartment building. And long story short, I performed at his crib for him. I'm probably the only ROCAFELLA artist that could tell you that out of all of them. They all performed for him somewhere, but I'm probably the only one that was at his house. Before I performed for him, I was fucking with his shit. Look. I was so young. When you a kid, that's how young I was. I was 12, 13 years old. So my pop had to pull me back. Like, yo, Chill out, young boy. Mind you, I done grabbed the telescope. I'm looking at New York from his window. I done grabbed this. He got this long telescope. I done grabbed the telescope, looking through the telescope. My pop like, young boy, come on, man. I know you excited before. Just love it. I'm in there doing what I want. Hey, pop, man, these niggas they don't like me. Then so what? I knew I was on fire a little bit. I was already a little arrogant, a little something. But I knew I was on fire. I'm like, man, I'm up with somebody important crib right now. Like, it is what it is. They don't like me from here. It is what it is. Like,
what's up?
But it's crazy because, like I said, for the whole first year that I was with them, I didn't know who he was. I had no idea who Jay-Z was. I was 13. I could tell you who Lil Flip was. I could, shout out to my big brother, Lil Flip.
Shout out to Flip.
Shout out to my Clover gang family. I'm Clover G by alumni as well. That's another family that I'm really locked in with now. That I'm proud to say as well. Shout out to my brother Flip. Shout out to my brother Dollaz. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying. That's a sidebar conversation, but like not really sidebar. That's really important as well. But like, yeah. So like that experience was crazy, man. The whole first year I was with them guys. My OGs knew who they was. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who Jay-Z was. And I think Jay-Z knew that. And Jay-Z was like, you gonna find out who I am while you with me, young boy, real fast. Okay. And then next thing you know, I'm like, we in front of 20,000, and that's when we had Stomp, and then we had Rod. It was automatically. And shout out to my OGs, man, because they opened their arms to the hood. Like I said, I was a little arrogant something. Not that I was selfish, not by way of being selfish, but just because we was kids, it's my toy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like my OGs just knew how to like flex the energy and open up this brotherhood that's 20-something years down the line now, we still locked in, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's just like crazy how this thing went, man, but not to wail on, but like I said, for that first year, I didn't know who he was. And that's how, I said not to go too crazy with it, but that's just facts. I'll say that again.
Now, was there a contrast between your Dark Child, Rodney Jerkins deal and Atlantic? If you had to, we know the timeline, but if you had to put a asterisk on my experience this time, felt the best to me, would you say the Dark Child deal, the Atlantic deal, or the Rockefeller deal? Which one of them, like, do you feel put an asterisk on definitely how you was moving when it came to just the levels of success?
We gotta take a shot on that, because that's deep money. We gotta take a shot. Hey, Floss, you super viral and super quiet. Stop trying to hide the views. Shout out to the God. Shout out to Floss the Boss, the God. Yeah.
Floss the Boss.
Yeah, shout out to Floss the God, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Yeah, shout out to my brother Floss, you know what I'm saying? I just looked at the video the other day. Over 500,000 by like 640, I think. Yeah, he's super viral, but he's super quiet. Shout out to my brother Floss, man. One of my original brothers, man. So that's a great question. I gotta take my shot on it. So that's crazy. So like, let me put my money voice on this. The money voice.
What was the question?
So
which asterisk? Which one would you call an asterisk on what you felt like this is what success feels like, because I'm being treated how I want to be treated, things is making sense, and I'm enjoying the experience?
So this is crazy. So for my fans out there that may know, we go way back. Can I Holler was the first record that really like brought me into the game. Shout out to my pop, Big Steff in the building as well.
That was on Like Mike.
Yeah, super big. But like not to like make it crazy and like not to make it like not important, but like the reality is we had a couple record deals before I was even 18. So like so Atlantic was dope, and Rodney was dope. Shout out to Dark Child. I'm still a part of all these places, alumni wise. It's just like going to college. You never forget those friends that you made. And even though you might not be locked all the way in, if you see those people in these certain places, you know that it's a special connection between y'all. And you get to walk into doors that a lot of people can't. Because it's like, yo, we might not have did everything we wanted to do, but I still love you, bro. Like, I still got... So I just talked about a call that I got the other day about things that are going on from alumni that's in the game that press buttons. And it's just like, wow, I'm on the phone with these people, and I just, in those moments you realize that you alumni forever. So like with those situations, and those record deals, all of them were just like beautiful, beautiful times that I can't ever take back, and just every single one of them was an amazing experience. Each one of them gave me different lessons that I was able to learn from. Even to this day, being an independent boss of my own company, you know, and the own entertainment company, and being alumni to companies like Trust Your Hustle and the Boss Desk, and now we're independent bosses, but it's still alumni connections. So it stems the same way. But my favorite one, if I have to answer the question, my favorite situation was Atlantic Records. ROCAFELLA was I was super young. I won't say immature because I was forced to be like mature because of the circumstances that was around. We all know ROCAFELLA for what ROCAFELLA was. It was the streets. So we don't shun on the streets. I would never shun on the streets. I loved every moment. I ain't gonna ever shun on the streets because I'm from the streets. I am the streets. I am R&B streets. You know what I'm saying? So that's just facts. We come from the bottom with this vibe. So, you know, but the reality is Atlantic was my most favorite time. Chat. If you know, this is the reality. Atlantic was my favorite because it was more of a machine that was, even though I still didn't get what I wanted out of that, we still got what we wanted. And that's Slow Jukin, which was, you know, that charted 86 on the Billboard Hot 100. You know what I'm saying? We was #1 in multiple states through Slow Jukin. It was my biggest record, and one of my biggest records still to this date. We still touring, we still working, which was a super blessing. You know, to get that is like 1 in a million, because you got a lot of artists that come out here and actually get record deals and put out records, and it's just hard to get one that lives on its own. And that record is like something that's been living on its own and also pulling me out of places like, wow. You know what I mean? 15 years later, we still getting booked for this record. We still working, so that says something in itself. But yeah, Atlantic Records was a fun ride. That was definitely the artist ride. ROCAFELLA was like, I'm around a bunch of rich. We can say we went on here, right? ROCAFELLA was a bunch of rich motherfuckers that was doing whatever the fuck they wanted, right? Atlantic was more of a machine where you understood structure, and they taught you about the game. They really taught me about the game as much as they could. The good and the bad. Like I said, we ain't gonna shun on the game because it is what it is. But yeah, Atlantic was the one, man, for me. That was like my favorite. Shout out to Rodney Jerkins. That's like my big cousin. I just went out to LA and spent some time with my cousin, recorded some records. We standing around in the Bentley, and I came home. Kind of like, see you next time, cousin. I go out LA. Like, that's still my big homie, always, you know what I mean? So, for sure. Great experiences, though, man. That's a great question. That's why we had to take a shot, because that was one of them things. Take a shot on that. That was one of them, you know what I mean? You feel me? I had to go a little deep on that. It's one of them things, for sure.
Okay. So, before we pay some bills, I got one more question, and then we'll connect. Last question before we're gonna take this break is, "Fool for You" is a record that me and you share.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's viewing. Shout out to everybody that's locked in, that checked out the record, that locked in with the record. Special to me and my brother. You know, after all the years we worked together, we finally got a joint that's going crazy independently. So shout out to everybody that's locked in again, for sure.
Last time I checked the numbers, it was like 6.8 million views or million streams.
Crazy.
And I thought that was just so dope, because I'm like, you know, to me, it was a beautiful experience. Like, when you make these records, that you get to watch them grow up.
Shots to that. We gotta take a shot to that. We gotta take a shot to that. We can't just run past that.
I'm just saying.
How many? Hold on. Chat, y'all locked in with us. Y'all, hold on. How many views you get, my big brother?
6.8.
We gotta take a shot to that. Right. Salute, more life.
For sure.
6 M's on and independent. We independent again. Alumni. We independent, but we work for sure.
Yeah, and it really worked. It really worked. I ran a Snapchat campaign, and this is when Power was like real popular. So I just took some clips from the Power episodes,
wow,
and I put our song behind it, and I told my own story. But I painted a story like Ghost and his son was living the same life. Like they all had the 3 women. Like it was, you know what I mean? So I told that story visually, and I put me and Dre's song on there.
Jeez.
And it went,
crazy.
you know?
Like
so,
it was supposed to.
Yeah, and I pay attention, you know, so now like different entities definitely watch the page, and I'm thankful because it's like, yo, they see something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
congratulations.
But no,
congratulations, both of y'all.
that record is definitely a smash. I'm gonna put it in, you know. I'm gonna put it in right now. You know, y'all tell me what y'all think.
Shout out to our bartendee. This is the 10D.
So we're gonna get it in. This is Trust Your Hustle,
Yes,
and this is a deep dive. Young Steff, Dre, Floss the Boss, my family. I'm Ben Franklin. Charles, I see you.